Just before I moved to England, I started noticing that I was down a lot and I could hear things that other people couldn't. But I've never really thought about it much until I was in my teenage years here, and it just got completely out of control. It started off by it just being a voice in the background while I was doing something, or a criticism to a decision I had made. And it started increasing to everything. So now it wasn't just when I made a decision, it was when I was having my breakfast, it was before I went to bed, it was during my sleep, it was keeping me up. I started to not care so much about what I would do. I'd cross the roads without looking. I wouldn't eat for days, all because I was just so confused in my head that I didn't know what was right and what was wrong. So I'd discuss it with friends at school. I'd be like, do you ever get this feeling, you know, like there's just someone criticising you? They'd sort of look at me like, no, we don't. And my dad never believed in anything to do with mental health, so he was never anyone I could talk to. Because anytime I'd say something like, oh, you know, I'm not feeling too well today, he'd be like, well, you better do something, I'll make you feel better. I just remember one time where I just couldn't deal with it anymore, and I talked to my GP about it. And it took a few goes, but in the end he did refer me to someone that could help, which was the early intervention services. The nurse and psychologist, we just got on straight away. So even though I didn't have my family and friends helping me along, I felt that this team had become that support that I really needed at the time. All the problems that I had were actually discussed, and if they weren't dealt with, I was taught a way to be able to support them or to be able to cope with them. Just something as simple as that helped me to learn how to deal with it and be where I am now. I was in a very hard place before, where if you asked me what I was going to do at the end of the week, 6 months, year, I'd say I have no idea, I'll probably be dead. After having that support, now I'm very proud of saying what I like, what I don't like. Just simple things like that, I'm happy with being me. As soon as you stretch out your hand and ask for help, there is that help. I know where I was and where I am now is completely different places. Everything used to be criticised, and any decision I made, I had to take the voices into consideration or they'd make me do something. Now I feel that I owe the voices instead of them telling me what to do. I'm not under their control, they're under mine. So it's a lot easier for me to get on with life, and if I feel like sometimes they're getting a bit loud, I can just shush and that will be it. I don't need to be scared about them anymore. Having gone through psychosis, it is a very scary thing, and it can seem like there isn't a way out, but it definitely is. There's definitely a light at the end of the very dark tunnel that it may seem. Obviously, there's still negatives. They're just so much easier to manage when you've had this support. With this team, it wasn't just the professionals that I was used to. Killing myself wasn't the end of the story. That wouldn't solve my problems. There was someone else that had been through it, so I could go through it too. So one of the treatments for psychosis that's really helped me was talking therapy, because it made it so much more easier. And once you actually start talking, things just flow out, and your chest seems to get lighter and lighter, and it just makes it so much easier. Psychosis is definitely something treatable.